We're back. You're listening to He Said, She Said with Coach and Ellen. And we are going to win the Powerball. We decided over break. It's done. We are going to share with Justin. Not sure if we're giving him a 50-50 or an 80-20. Still working on
Still working on the percentages.
But we'll give him a little something.
We'll make him smile. Just for everybody's information. Information. Let's talk about the KHTS app. Be sure to download the free KHTS app on your iPhone and or Android device. You can now listen to KHTS wherever you are.
You sound like a pre-recorded commercial. How about this? Guys, go download the app. It's a great app. KHTS AM 1220.
Well, but you can access your news and your social media and all that stuff.
I don't know many people that don't have that app. We all have that app. That's how you get the news, the traffic, the information.
KHTS does a great job, especially with their traffic alerts. Did you sign up? Because I get them.
I get traffic alerts.
Yeah, I do.
All right, good job on the app, in the app store. I just want to say, this is my favorite time of week with you two, really.
Thank you.
I wish we could do it every day. I wish we could do it every day. I really do.
I think just because you like to listen to
we'd be
yourself.
a national show if we did it every day, seriously.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
We'd be like Dish Network.
People like our show.
Dish Network.
Dish Network. I was
Big
thinking
shout.
that meant Dish TV. I don't know. You know that.
I know
Dish Nation.
Jimmy Picarolla's listening. Big shout out to you, Jimmy. And
so,
go ahead. What are we doing?
Well, I wonder, what do you guys, so is anybody watching tonight State of the Union? Our good friend Obama.
Well, I guess we are going to watch. Our movie starts at what time? 7?
It can start whenever we want it to.
We'll at 7. Yeah, we'll watch a little bit.
You're going to watch a little bit? So... Yeah. But are you interested in what he has to say?
No.
This is his 7th one. It's his last one.
No.
You're not.
I'm a conservative. Your mommy's a moderate.
Yeah, but you watch... You like to watch this kind of stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Well, do you remember what's happened in the past in a couple of these? I mean, people yelled out, "You're a liar." Somebody mouthed the word "not
tonight,
true."
I think he's going to talk about what he thinks he's accomplished, and everybody
He's going
to say his goodbyes?
Kind of,
yeah.
Well, I know
he's lame duck. I mean, he's done. What's he going to say? Not about anything he's going to do
you
in
think,
the future?
He needs to. He still has months in office.
Yeah.
Don't give up now. Don't quit before you get to the finish line.
He has a year.
But he's going to wind down. Yeah,
Do you think Michelle has been a good first lady, Robin?
I think parts of who she is and what she stands for, yes. Do we see a lot of her? You've got to be paying attention to know what she's doing.
Oh, okay.
But what I wanted to say...
What is the first lady's role?
Well, that's a good question. Various first ladies, like Reagan's wife, Nancy, she said she got on the drug... look at the face that your mother's making. And she wasn't a nice woman. I don't care for her either.
she was not.
But remember, she started the...
She was cold fish.
Cold fish. Colder than... Yeah.
Was it her or Bush that did
No on drugs. She was no on drugs.
Literacy program. And
yeah, that was Bush's wife because she was a librarian.
She was a librarian, yeah. Younger Bush.
Nancy Reagan was no on drugs.
That worked real well, huh?
Hillary,
she did.
Hillary did a lot.
She was talking about health care.
Well, she was already campaigning. Come on.
Yeah.
So, do you think Michelle's going to show up tonight for this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Do you think Hillary has a chance to become president?
No, we were discussing this yesterday, and she happened to be... a couple weeks ago she was on SNL, and then yesterday she was on the Ellen Show. Really personable watching her like that. I think she's having to go out there and do these things because she's so horrible when it comes down to...
She was on the Ellen Show?
Yeah, she was on Ellen yesterday.
She has a hard time being likable.
Well, she did.
For me.
She did.
Because she's a phony.
And that's the problem.
Well, phony equals politician. So,
right.
Okay, well, I'm a little mad about this phony thing that our president's doing. So you know how everyone gets to... You invite the people to get to sit in the boxes.
Right.
So I want...
With Michelle. Michelle has the box.
There's a couple, because... There's a couple interesting people that are going to be there tonight. Take a guess. So it's usually reserved for military
Somebody
veterans.
from San Bernardino's coming.
Right.
The 911 operator is coming.
Right.
Okay.
She'll be there. Go ahead.
Who did Obama give one of his seats to?
Knowing him, it has to be some refugee of some...
He gave his to a Syrian refugee. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
We have it's
I
complicated.
read a little bit about
who he was. I
About
did
who he
too.
was.
But
In
I'm
LA,
caught
we
in
have
between.
LA we have 80,000 homeless. We can't even figure out how to take care
Exactly.
of our own, and
Yet-
we're bringing in more
Refugees.
homeless refugees. Really? Are you serious?
Well, this particular one is not homeless.
well,
He's
okay. So then there's
living a life
another,
in
There's
Michigan.
another gentleman. Troy, Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another gentleman coming tonight who was an illegal alien for 10 years living in Phoenix, then decided to serve for our army. That's how he got his
Got his citizenship?
his citizenship, and he'll be sitting there. Well, why isn't the
I think what they're trying to say is not all refugees or illegal aliens are bad.
And I get
think
that.
what he's trying to say is we have a lot more try and do it right.
But
and-
like Coach just said, we have. What about all the people like within our country? We have homeless within our country. We have.
well, is that not a state problem versus a federal problem?
it's a community problem. We
So
all
why-
have.
State, it's country.
I think we all have a
homeless people everywhere.
responsibility, but none of us have the answers. Some of the people that are homeless are mentally ill. Some people want to be there.
So is that a federal issue or is that a state
It's a
issue?
I
It's
think
both. I think it's both.
I think it's federal, state, and local. Somehow in Santa Clarita, which is an incredibly giving community, we seem to do a pretty good job compared to other communities. We don't see. We grew up in Thousand Oaks. We would see the homeless more often in Thousand Oaks than we do here.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
You just made that one up.
I just made that.
That's
I was. You know what I was thinking, Robin?
true.
It seems like when you were in high school, honey. We would see the homeless on the off ramps. I don't see that. There was an epidemic. Every off ramp.
homeless with signs
Yes.
Well, and I think
at the Lucky
not
Long
sure. Ooh, I'm
Shopping
throwing
Center.
things.
Yeah.
Always sitting right there.
Let me see this, and I'm not sure if it's correct. It's actually illegal to be homeless in certain cities. I don't know if it is here in Santa Clarita. So they have to move you along. It's not like they find a
I
place
see
for
what
you
you're saying.
to stay, but you
Not in
can't.
San Francisco or Santa Barbara.
Yeah. I mean, but the reason you don't see that on our off ramps or sitting as much
because they'll
is
move you right
move
along.
you along. They'll ask you to keep walking.
So the local law enforcement will not allow you to
sit and
to linger,
panhandle.
But yet they're down in the riverbank.
Yeah, you say that one all the time too.
But they are.
What if one of them wins the Powerball? Because I guarantee a homeless person has at least $2 in quarters, and they're playing.
They're going to
Yeah.
find bottles and they're going to turn
Turn
it
them in. That's what we were saying.
and-
Recycle. Everybody's doing this.
Wow.
So liquor, a lot of the reason they're there, these are people that could not manage their liquor. They become such alcoholics, right? I mean,
That's what you think.
that's what I think.
I think there's a wide variety of
No,
reasons.
I do. I think there's a wide variety, but I think
I
drugs,
don't-
alcohol,
mental illness,
illness.
post-traumatic stress. A lot of our homeless are veterans. That's the tragedy.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. So going back to the State of the Union, why does Obama not have maybe a homeless veteran who really couldn't make it on his own? He tried, but had no resources for it, and
you're bringing up something. I mean, do you ever see the president of the United States
walk in the
doing-
riverbank?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
No, you don't. But fine, he can send his
Great
people out,
question.
his staff out. Come on.
His staff.
He's got staff.
He can send
Boy,
some
does he
staff
have
out.
staff too. We were watching the Today Show this morning. They have people that do their flowers. They have fresh flowers every day.
It is what it is. That's
It's not a royalty, honey.
Can Obama win Powerball? Can Obama win Powerball? Can the president play?
Sure.
Yeah, anybody can.
free country. Anybody can play. You
But they
can buy a
can't.
ticket,
They
you
can't
can play.
sneak out. Well, somebody could buy a ticket for them.
Someone
I
could buy a
guess.
ticket for
You're
them.
really fascinated with this Powerball.
Because I'm winning. I'm convinced.
I don't know. I go back to, I get what you're saying, that we should have, people very representative of coming up the hard way, of doing the right thing. And it shouldn't be a refugee. Maybe it should be, a veteran who found his way back, whatever. But I think he's just trying to show that good can come from.
Yes, and I understand those messages, but then it also just brings me to the point too, though. an illegal alien for 10 years and now you go and serve the military, you're more than welcome to stay. Well, yes, thank you very much for serving. But what does that say? Come on over, hang out for a while, do something a little good, and oh, cool, now you're good.
She's married to a true conservative like I am.
I might be.
So she...
You mean like I am?
You're not a true conservative girl.
No. I'm married to a true conservative.
Yeah, but Rob and I think a lot alike about these things. I mean,
Yeah.
We need to take care of it.
It's kind of like that poor kid who got the cheese sandwich. Really?
That was no poor kid that got the cheese sandwich.
What, did I miss something?
You didn't see that all over
That
the
was
news?
a segue.
No. What?
You
Somebody?
didn't see that? No, so
In Indiana.
senior high school girl went to go get her lunch. They said, you're over your limit. She was like $25 overdue. So they actually took her tray of food that she had picked
In front of everybody.
and they gave her a cheese sandwich.
Two slices of bread and a piece of cheese.
Or you
because
had an
her
option.
parents had not paid the bill.
Or she had an option for a peanut butter and jelly. I think this is totally fine.
But it's not her job to pay the $25.
Well, I'm sorry
Why
that her
humiliate
parents. Why were her parents so ignorant? They were already notified.
But why,
and they still
why
didn't
should
do
you
it.
take it out on her?
Why should the school have to pay for food when the parents can?
I'm not saying that they should
She was not
pay for
poor.
food,
She was not on welfare.
but it's
nothing.
not her fault, and she was humiliated. Even the students around.
She was
who
not the only one that this happened to.
I realize, but to humiliate a high school student when it was not their responsibility
I don't
to
think
make
it's-
sure the food bill got paid?
I don't think
That's
it's
horrible.
humiliating. She still got to eat.
You're listening to he said, she said. You're listening to mother and daughter.
course
Keep
she
going.
was
This
humiliated.
is great. Justin and I, look at the size
She
of his
was
eyeballs.
absolutely humiliated. She didn't know what was coming
Yeah, she
down
did
the
because
pipe.
she had already been told also that she was that it was ringing out.
So
So
what
go
if
home
she's-
and tell mom and dad.
And
Get
how
them
do you know she didn't do that?
Then go home and make something. If you know you're already at this point, you go make yourself a peanut butter and
Wow.
jelly, grab an apple from the house, and bring it to school.
Not her
Okay, no
issue.
clinching. No clinching. Back off.
It's not her issue. This was her parents' fault. And I don't think the school handled it properly.
I think the fact that the school even gave her another option, that was handled correctly.
It's a bit. I'm just going to take a deep breath.
well, no, I mean,
Really?
I understand not humiliating
Whose responsibility is it to pay the bill of the $25? Whose?
the parent.
Okay. So if the parents have failed to do that as a parent, why do you take it out on the kid?
I don't think it was meant to be taken out on her, but if my daughter goes into the lunch line, I say I put $50.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if this ever happened
Well,
to
no,
her?
but say if I put $50 on her lunch tab, and she goes in and she gets her lunch every day. They do tell you as it's going, you're down to here. You are handed a piece of paper. If she comes home to me, and the next day, and apparently this girl had already exceeded it for a while. She had been warned. So if my daughter comes home and tells me, "Hey, mom, I'm about to run out,"
I
or
would've-
I
I
exceeded
would've
it,
had
my
a-
daughter wouldn't go get in line.
I would have had less of a problem if when she came, had they literally said to her, "We're so sorry. Unfortunately, your bill has not been paid. You've exceeded
So you
the
want
limit."
them to pat her on the head and scratch her back while they're telling her you still didn't
and
pay.
literally not get anything.
That's what I'm saying. She should not have. I mean, she got lucky that they gave an option, and she wasn't the only one. She just happened to blast it all over
you
social
know,
media.
and then you have the head cafeteria woman in Colorado Springs who got fired after years of service because a small child came to her hungry, hadn't eaten, and she gave the child a lunch, and they fired her. So,
I haven't read that one, so I won't.
yeah,
But there's our schools something when it goes to food. It's 50. I'm like 50 million goes lost or something. It's huge. Goes lost every year from school food from
people not paying.
and outstanding debt and.
It's a problem. There's no
Coach
question.
has nothing to say about this.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm watching the two of you. I love it. I love it. I'm just looking at breaking news: Playboy Mansion on sale for $200 million with a catch.
But you got to live with you.
Well, he's what, 92?
89.
89, something like that.
Oh, I thought he was in
No,
his
he's
90s.
89.
Here's the thing that
I get
if
it.
I come back,
The lunch thing's over.
I want to come back a manufacturer of vacuum cleaners. Electrolux, the CEO.
Whoa. Are you going to
Whoa.
vacuum Hugh's house? What just happened?
Here's breaking news right now. Breaking news. The CEO of Swedish appliance company Electrolux is stepping down 1 month after a $3.3 billion deal fell apart to buy General Electric's appliance unit. Your mom has a new vacuum cleaner every month. Every month. Where do they go? Where do the old vacuum
Justin, do you
cleaners
see
go?
the blank stares on our face?
I am just baffled beyond belief.
You just went. Where did you just go?
I really want to play the breaking news jingle that we have right now.
Yeah. But whoa. Well, I'm just trying to separate the two. Don't you understand? I'm trying to separate these two before it turns into what kind of fight.
A little more interesting.
Okay, she gets a vacuum. I get the house. I get the Hugh Hefner house, and she gets the vacuum.
How old is your vacuum? Be honest.
You want to know where I got it from?
Our house?
Yes.
Oh my God, Robin. So you're getting a new vacuum every month, aren't you?
No, when
You have to stop.
when we moved into the
Every
house,
story
I
he
borrowed
tells
it.
is a giant fish story.
No, I borrowed it from you guys when I moved into that house, and I really liked it. And my mom said something about, oh, you can get these over there. I said, well, I didn't plan on giving it back, so you can go ahead and get yourself one.
They're not inexpensive.
They're cheap now.
Are they really?
Yeah. How would you know? When was the last time you
I have no
vacuumed?
clue.
Who do you think's going to step up? They say they are going to drop the price of Hugh Hefner's house. It's never going to sell for
Well,
that.
yeah, they said $60 million. It's
They said-
really worth maybe half of that.
Apparently,
maybe.
it's really run down.
Well, if we win the
1970, it's the
Powerball, I'd make an offer at probably $50 million.
at 50.
Why? It's not worth
It's
that.
right next to LA Country Club. I could just jump over the fence and play golf.
Jump. I've never seen you jump. Do you know how to jump?
Oh God! The show is called "He Said, She Said," and if you want to know, I just got inducted into the Dull Husbands Hall of Fame, so I'm
And
excited.
he's proud of it.
Excited about that.
Maybe we'll take Hugh Hefner's house. We'll make that the Hall of Fame, so you don't have to go all the way to.
What makes a husband not dull? What would make a husband that's not dull? I invite your mom to go to dinner. I said,
conversationalist.
honey, do you want to
No,
go
that's
to
still
dinner?
dull sometimes.
No, that's dull. I say to your mom, you want to go to dinner? No, I don't want to go to dinner.
That's a really good question. What would make a
husband not dull?
Maybe men are dull.
Humor. A sense of humor.
You don't think I have a sense of
He has
humor?
a sense of humor.
Oh my God!
But wait, maybe married men
You
just
think
are
you're
dull.
funny?
Yeah, I think I'm hilarious.
You must be hilarious outside the house.
Well, the house is my castle. That's where I feel I can relax.
That's where he sits on the throne.
Justin, there's going to be
He's
an opening.
working. He's working.
There's going to be an opening in my house. So
No, that's my house.
or her house. Yeah, everything is yours. I'm renting. Literally just renting space.
That's a great conversation. What would make a husband not dull?
You
There's
think I'm
times where
dull?
things-
You really think I'm dull?
Come on.
Do I think you're dull?
Yeah.
Not when I'm having a conversation with you, but I don't live with you. You're not my husband. I think my husband's dull. What does he do that's exciting?
Yeah. What do you do that's exciting?
I mean, I'm always wanting to do something. I asked him the other day after Austin's hot air balloon. Could he buy a hot air
But the
balloon?
things that I like to do, she doesn't like to do. All the things that I would
golfing
like
is
to
dull. Golfing is dull. It's a very
Golfing
dull sport.
is dull. Watching golf is
even
dull.
is there
It's
a word
even
more duller?
More duller. Let's see. Watching 40 bowl games, college bowl
41,
games,
41.
41, excuse me.
That was
Dull.
a little over the top.
It
That's
was a little
that's
over
because
the
I've
top.
been
You should
under
be
the weather.
ashamed.
I've been a little under the weather. A little bit under the weather.
Still under the weather.
No, it's too much. It was too much. It was too much. All right. What do we have left? What do you want to talk about?
I think we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we will come right
We are
back.
taking another break on He Said, She Said.
Yeah, you
Another
are.
one? All right.
Get that voice rested.
All right.
We'll be right back. You're back listening to He Said, She Said with this crazy crew. It gets a little high, it gets a little low over here.
All right, Las Vegas. Las Vegas
So you
is
give it,
coming
this is
up.
your one for the road?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is one for the road. So your mother is taking your sister and you to Las Vegas for 2 days. And I'm just wondering if the town is big enough. What are you girls going to do? I'm not going to hang around you. I don't think I'm.
Oh, you're
gonna-
not?
Well, I want to,
That's
but I
okay.
don't
You
think
don't
I'll
have-
be invited.
You won't be invited? I'll invite you.
Okay.
And then you can. Oh, that was
Yeah,
a great
to see the look.
Oh, I'm getting looks.
Well, he's going to go play poker.
Okay, we know to play poker.
Yeah.
We can't play in the poker rooms.
No,
Sure
we
you
can't
can.
play. in the
No, we
poker
cannot
rooms.
play in the
It's not
poker
like,
rooms. No.
it's not like poker in my
No,
garage or
no,
my
no,
backyard. Different kind. Okay.
How about shows? Are you girls going to any shows?
No.
It's too expensive, I think, nowadays in Vegas. Unless you're making it like a vacation type trip, we're just
We're
going.
going to get out of Dodge.
We
Yeah.
went last year. We saw 2 shows, the Beatles that you liked.
Love that show.
Oh, it was amazing. The Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, it was okay. You liked it.
Oh,
And then
my
you guys went and saw
gosh.
the
and we saw
Eagles.
the Eagles, which was just
We've seen the Eagles.
Crazy
we saw
good.
Barbara Streisand.
crazy good stuff. Yeah.
We've
See,
seen,
but that's
we've
when
seen
you
some good
when
shows.
you do that, you guys are actually you plan
To go
you
around
buy
that.
the tickets and then you
and
say
it's
we're going to
expensive.
Vegas.
And it's expensive.
It is
Stupid expensive.
Have you ever gone and seen like Jubilee?
What's that?
No, that's the
topless one at
topless
Bally's?
one at Bally's. It's been there like forever.
No.
Why don't you go see that one, Coach? You wouldn't be dull if you did that.
Really?
So what are you planning on doing while you're there besides the poker room? Because this is one for the road. What do you
Well, I
do
got to
when you
get
go to
myself
Vegas?
better. Got to get my energy up. Maybe one of the reasons I'm dull is my energy hasn't been up.
And why aren't you flying with us? Why are you driving?
I wanted to fly, and your mother didn't. Your mother thinks
didn't
I'm
book
going to
you a
go
ticket?
crazy. She thinks I'm going to go crazy on the plane. And no, this is.
So
I
you're
know
on
your
the
mother,
road instead.
I know your mother so well.
That's okay. It's like he comes out this morning and he's standing in front of the television. It's like 8:30, and he's just standing there, and he like doesn't know what to do. And I knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to turn on The Herd with Colin Cowherd. And that show drives me crazy because it's kind of like the guy that does the spin. What's his name?
Okay, you're losing. So what does this have to do with going to Vegas?
Yeah, we're
Well,
talking
he's-
about Vegas.
No, because he says he knows exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
So,
I would love to fly with you, girl.
well, then get a ticket.
Yeah, get a
expensive.
ticket.
Get a ticket.
When-
See, but then he has to come
you
back
don't
by
have to-
himself.
I would say you don't have to fly with us. You just need to fly. Just get on your own plane.
when we were like just a
Why
few
don't you
years ago,
fly
it was
like an hour before us?
like just a few years ago, it was like $59 round trip. It's ridiculous now how expensive it is to go to Vegas.
Well, I think it's because it's the first
Are you
of the
sitting
year.
in first class?
There's no such thing on
as
Southwest.
$344 a round trip. Are you
it's called
kidding me?
cattle call.
Yeah. We have early bird check-in.
Yeah, it's really
No,
expensive.
both round trip. It's like $150 round trip. But I added an extra $25 for
So we can
early
pre-check
bird,
in.
so we can board first. What-
No, I actually wasn't going on this trip. This wasn't my road trip. This wasn't one for the road for me. This is spur of the moment for me.
Well, your mommy's going to manage you and Julie.
No, I don't
No,
have to
it's
manage
usually-
her. We might have to
It's
manage
usually
Julie.
me having to Well, you can get a little fun in Vegas. You haven't in a little while, but I've had to watch you and your friends before.
I'm more concerned about Jules.
Okay, I've had to watch you and your friends. I've had to pick you guys up out of
And
hallways.
you're invited to come if you want to come. You can come with me. I'll take you to Vegas.
You can
Yeah,
babysit.
but he's dull.
So I got to go to a trade show,
Yeah. What's the name of your trade show?
the SHOT Show.
It's for guns.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's the
exciting.
biggest one in the world. Yeah, if you're
No, actually, it's not. I looked it up.
Oh, it's
a
not?
small one. It's not the big one. It's not the huge one that usually goes on.
really, I don't know.
But I just told you, so now you know.
So
Yeah.
we're not going to talk about what we did in Vegas, though. when we come back.
No,
Right?
no.
I'll tell you. I'll tell everybody what
I'm
you guys
not
did
here
while
next
you were in
week. I'll be
Vegas.
listening on the app, the 1220 KHT app in the App Store. I'll be listening at 2:00 next Tuesday.
That'd be
Can't
KHTS.
wait to hear you two.
All right.
Maybe Justin will be your guest.
Justin
Ooh.
will be our guest.
We can interview
Maybe
him.
I'll produce and Justin talks with Ellen. Then
There-
get he said, she said, and I'll do a little producing.
Oh,
Yeah, he's liking that. Yeah.
Wouldn't know what I was doing, but
So when we come back on Tuesday, are you going to tell everybody when you won Powerball and what you're going to do with it?
She
if
won't
I
be
win, I
here.
will not be here on Tuesday. Neither will Justin.
all right. She says the name of the show on 1220 a.m. You want to say anything?
Thank you for listening. You will hear us back
Thanks
here.
for coming
next-
back, Robin.
You're welcome. See you next week, Tuesday at 2.
Bye.